Hello and welcome to another episode of today's GK. I am Pooja Dwivedi. So let's begin with the practice question of the last segment. Consider the following statements. Coal is the most abundantly found fossil fuel. China is the leading coal producer of the world. Anthracite is found in small quantities in Jammu and Kashmir. So we have to select the correct statement. All are correct. D is the correct answer. The conflict in Ukraine has cast a shadow on India's coking coal imports from Russia, and the West is looking to impose further economic sanctions on countries pursuing economic ties with Russia. This is the most abundantly found fossil fuel. It is used as a domestic fuel industry, such as iron and steel, steam engines, and to generate electricity as well. So electricity from coal is called thermal power. The leading coal producers of the world includes China, US, Australia, India, and Indonesia. Anthracite is the best quality of coal with the highest calorific value and carries 80 to 95% carbon content, and it ignites very slowly with a blue flame, found in small quantities in Jammu and Kashmir. Consider the following statements regarding 3D printing. 3D printing uses computer-aided designing to make working models of objects. It is also called subtractive manufacturing. So we have to select the correct statement. Only the first statement is correct. A is the correct answer. The national strategy on additive manufacturing is likely to give a massive boost to the nascent 3D printing ecosystem, which uses computer-aided designing to make prototypes or working models of objects by laying down successive layers of materials such as plastic, resin, thermoplastic, metal, fiber, or ceramic. With the help of software, the model is to be printed is first developed by the computer, which then gives instruction to the 3D printer. The term 3D printing is increasingly used as a synonym for additive manufacturing. Consider the following statements regarding maritime zones. The contiguous zone extends seawards up to 12 nautical miles from its baselines. There is no right of innocent passage through internal waters. We have to select the correct statement. Only the second is correct. B is the correct answer here. 8 fishermen from Tagashimadam near Rameswaram were arrested by the Sri Lankan Navy near 𝐾𝐶 Island recently, and the United Nations Convention on the Laws of the Sea, 1982, divides maritime areas into 5 main zones: internal waters, territorial sea, contiguous zone, exclusive economic zone, and high seas. The territorial sea extends seawards up to 12 nautical miles from its baseline. The contiguous zone extends seawards up to 24 nautical miles from its baseline. Internal waters are waters on the landward side of the baseline from which the breadth of its territorial sea is measured, and there is no right of innocent passage through internal waters. Which of the following countries share a border with Belarus? Lithuania, Latvia, Russia, and Ukraine. So we have to select the correct answer. All of them have a border with Belarus. D is the correct answer here. Ukrainian authorities have agreed to hold talks with Russian counterparts on the nation's borders with Belarus, and Belarus shares border with 5 countries: Poland, Lithuania, Latvia, Russian Federation in the northeast and east, Ukraine in the south. Moving on, you can see the map of Belarus over here. Consider the following statements regarding International Court of Justice. Opinions provided by the court are final and binding on the parties to a case and without appeal, and it has original jurisdiction to try individuals accused of war crimes or crimes against humanity. We have to select the not correct statement. Both are not correct. C is the correct answer here. Recently, Ukraine approached the International Court of Justice against Russia to hold Russia accountable for its action against Ukraine. ICJ was established in 1945 by the United Nations Charter and started working in April 1946. It is the principal judicial organ of the UN, situated at the Peace Palace in The Hague, Netherlands. The judgment by ICJ is final and binding on the parties to a case and without appeal, and opinion provided by the court in advisory proceedings are essentially advisory and not binding. And it has no jurisdiction to try individuals accused of war crimes or crimes against humanity, and it is not a criminal code. It does not have a prosecutor able to initiate proceedings. Consider the following statements regarding Rashtriya Vayoshri Yojana. Rashtriya Vayoshri Yojana is being implemented by the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, and it is a central sector scheme funded from the Senior Citizen Welfare Fund. We have to select the correct statement. Second option is correct. B is the correct answer. Union Social Justice and Empowerment Ministry will inaugurate a camp for the distribution of daily living aids and assistive devices to senior citizens, and this will be done under the Rashtriya Vayoshri Yojana of the Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment, and it was launched in the year 2017. It is a central sector scheme which is funded by the Senior Citizen Welfare Fund. The fund was notified in the year 2016. All unclaimed amounts from the small savings accounts, PPF and EPF, are transferred to this fund. The scheme is being implemented by the Artificial Limbs Manufacturing Corporation of India, which is a public sector undertaking, and it comes under the Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment. Moving on. The Government of India has launched a multi-pronged evacuation plan to evacuate Indian citizens stranded in Ukraine. What is the name of the program? The correct answer to this question is Operation Ganga. B is the correct answer. The Government of India has launched a multi-pronged evacuation plan titled Operation Ganga to evacuate Indian citizens stranded in Ukraine, adding that thousands of Indian citizens have been thrown out of the conflict-ridden country, and due to the closing of Ukrainian airspace, the Indian evacuation flights are operating out of Romanian capital Bucharest and Hungarian capital Budapest. With respect to river Pripyat, consider the following statements. It is also called Strumen. It is a distributary of the Dnieper River. It flows in Russia, Ukraine and Belarus only. So we have to select the correct statement. First and second are correct. A is the correct answer. Ukraine said that it was ready to hold talks with Russia at the Ukraine-Belarus border near Pripyat River. Pripyat River. It is also called Strumen. It is a river in Ukraine and Belarus. It is a tributary of the Dnieper River. It arises in northwestern Ukraine near the Polish border and flows eastward in Ukraine and then Belarus through a flat forested and swampy basin known as the Pripyat marshes or Mazivs. Then it turns southeastward, re-enters Ukraine and joins the Dnieper in the Kiev Reservoir. With respect to the SWIFT payment system, recently in the news, consider the following statements. It operates as a middleman to verify information of transaction by providing secure financial messaging service. Russia is the first and only country to be cut off from this system. We have to select the correct statement. Only the first statement is correct. A is the correct answer here. The US and European Union have decided to cut off a number of Russian banks from the main international payment gateway SWIFT. Prior to this, only one country had been cut off from the SWIFT, that is Iran, and it resulted in it losing a third of its foreign trade. Now SWIFT stands for the Society for Worldwide Interbank Financial Telecommunication, which is a secure platform for financial institutions to exchange information about global monetary transactions such as monetary transfer. While SWIFT does not actually move money, it acts as a middleman to verify information of transaction by providing secure financial messaging service to more than 11,000 banks in 200 countries. It is based in Belgium and it is overseen by the central banks from 11 industrial countries: Canada, France, Germany, Italy, Japan, Netherlands, Sweden, Switzerland, UK, US, besides Belgium. Mriya, recently seen in the news, refers to which of the following? It is an aircraft. A is the correct answer. The world's largest aircraft, a symbol of hope in the darkest hours of COVID, has been destroyed by the Russian army amidst the onslaught. The aircraft was called Mriya, which means a dream in Ukrainian. Consider the following countries: Ukraine, Russia, Latvia, Germany, Lithuania, Estonia. Now we have to select the countries which have a border with Poland. Ukraine, Russia, Germany and Lithuania have a border with Poland, but not Latvia and Estonia. B is the correct answer. India is in touch with Poland and Romania for help in evacuating and getting Indian students stuck in war-torn Ukraine to safety. Poland is a country located in Central Europe. Its territory extends from the Baltic Sea in the north to the Sudets and Carpathian Mountains in the south. Poland is bordered by Germany to the west, the Czech Republic in the southwest, Slovakia in south, Ukraine in southeast, Belarus in east, Lithuania and Russia in northeast. Shares its maritime borders with Denmark and Sweden. Moving on to the next question, which is the practice question for the next segment. Consider the following statements regarding Indian Ocean dipole. It refers to the difference in sea surface temperatures in opposite parts of the Indian Ocean. Positive IOD results in fewer cyclones than usual in the Arabian Sea. We have to select the correct statement. That's it for today. Tomorrow we shall meet again with another segment. Until then, stay updated and thank you so much for watching.